I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light. And it was, this brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a really long time. And if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will be no future for Bud Light. So
Few moments later.
Ooh, what's good, my fellow deplorables? Welcome back to the 1776 Report, the #1 channel for exposing the stupidity of the woke left. Every morning I have the same routine. I wake up, I pull out my phone, I go sit on the toilet, go sit on the john, and I look through my news feed, scroll through my news feed, and I look for any articles, any news that could be pertinent to this YouTube channel. I look for information that I could do a video on, and then I come downstairs, get on the computer, and I look for more news articles. Well, today I found something very strange. There was a lot of really positive news pieces, articles out on Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. Here's one right here. Anheuser-Busch gets good news amid Bud Light's crashing sales. So I thought to myself, is that true? Well, this article is talking about the stock going up like 1% last week and how it's such a big deal and how it's such good news. But then I saw another one. Shares of battered Bud Light parent company Anheuser-Busch, InBev, are a nerve-wracking buying opportunity, says this analyst. This analyst is talking about how Bud stock is actually a good buy and that you should consider adding it to your portfolio. So I thought to myself, this is not true. This is a bunch of BS. Bud stock is not a good buy. Anheuser-Busch stock is not a good buy, in my opinion, at least. So I did a little digging and I caught them lying red-handed. I actually didn't have to do any digging at all. Prior to this life, I had another YouTube channel. It was a stock market YouTube channel. And I also wrote articles for publications on stocks. And guess what? Companies would pay me to write puff pieces on their stocks, on their companies. And that's exactly what's happening here with Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. I believe, now this is just my opinion, I need to make that very clear, but I do have experience in this space. I believe Bud Light Anheuser-Busch is paying these companies, these publications, to write good articles on their company. Why? Because it keeps getting worse for Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light. This is not true. This article is not true, and this article is not true. It's not good news when your stock goes up 1%, when it's still down about 15-20% off of the all-time highs. It's not good news when at a Target location, your product only has 2 spots on the shelf because you just lost all of your shelf space, and that's going to continue to happen. And we've covered this in detail here on the channel. Shelf space is the most important aspect of this whole boycott saga, because once Bud Light loses its shelf space, it's game over. And look at this. They only have 2 or 3 spots here at this Target location. The rest is going to Coors, Yingling, you got Corona, Heineken, and some craft beer. But Bud Light, it's got literally 4 or 5 cases in this whole display. That's because package stores, Walmart's, Targets, gas stations are going to be kicking Bud Light off the shelves, literally, because if you're a store owner, you're a business, you're not going to put a product on your shelves that isn't selling. And Bud Light is in panic mode. Anheuser-Busch is in panic mode, and they are trying to find a way out of this situation. They think maybe if they start paying publications, news publications, to write puff pieces on their product, that maybe it will slow the bleeding. Well, I hate to break it to you, it ain't gonna happen. They tried to come out with the CEO making a statement this week. It backfired big time and went nuclear viral on social media. CEO tells the customers, "Ooh, we hear you," but doesn't apologize. It's too late. It's too late for them to survive this. It's too late. There is no way out of this. The only way Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light, the only way Bud Light survives, Anheuser-Busch will survive. They're too big of a company to fail. But the only way Bud Light survives, gets back to its glory days, is if Anheuser-Busch sells it. Anheuser-Busch, this is coming out this morning, is writing checks to distributors as Bud Light sales sink. All right, so they're having to write checks to their distributors in order to keep them from jumping ship and going to move another company's product. Somehow, Bud stock is a good buy. Anheuser-Busch is providing financial support based on the extent to which sales have fallen, according to Beer Business Daily, in an influential beer trade newsletter. Some distributors will get between 20 cents to 50 cents back per case, depending on how severe sales slipped. So Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch is having to not only lose 30% off the top because nobody's buying their product, but they're also having to pay 50 cents back to distributors per case. They were the number one selling beer in America. 50 cents per case doesn't sound like a lot, but that could really do some damage on the bottom line. It's going to be interesting to watch over the next several quarters. How Anheuser-Busch performs, because I truly do think people are underestimating how serious this could be. There is speculation that Garth Brooks is having to cancel the grand opening for his new bar because people are boycotting it and investors have pulled out. Apparently, investors are angry that Garth Brooks went out and called Bud Light boycotters, a-holes. These investors said, nope, we don't want to be involved with your project, and they pulled their money out. There's also speculation that this may not be true. I'm just reporting what I'm seeing. I don't know whether it's true or not. I would not be shocked if it was true, because I'm not going to Garth Brooks' bar. I'm not going to his gay bar that he's opening in Nashville. I don't want to go to a bar where they're selling this piss water. This will live in an infamy with Garth Brooks. He will remember saying this crap right here for the rest of his life because it's going to cost him. Now, Garth Brooks is never going to go broke. He's worth over $300 million. I wish he would go broke, but it's not going to happen. But just take a listen.
Let's address two things on it. One is diversity, inclusiveness. That's me. It's always been me.
That's him.
We got the same kind of thing on We Shall Be Free. Diversity is the answer to the problems that are here and the answer to the problems that are coming. So I love diversity, all included, so all are welcome.
Nothing wrong with diversity, nothing wrong. You should allow everybody into your establishment. You should allow everybody into your bar. But you shouldn't sell that disgusting piss water Bud Light. Nobody's drinking it. Nobody's going to go to your Nashville bar. Bud Light is a sinking ship. It is a company that is dying. Bud Light will be lucky if it's around 10 years from today. Unless Bud Light is sold to an American-owned company that can bring back American values to the company, then it's in big trouble. I don't see it surviving. It's losing shelf space. Nobody's purchasing it. Employees are jumping ship. The company's having to pay off distributors in order to not leave. If I was a distributor, I'm going to sell Yuengling or I'm going to move Coors Light. I'm not sticking with Bud Light. I'm jumping ship as soon as possible. As soon as they stop paying me 50 cents per case that I'm losing, I'm jumping ship. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Love you guys. Until next time. Peace.